Now, over the past 2 years, a lot of projects here in Lagos have been tilting towards shortlets, Airbnb, and short stays. And a lot of investors, particularly Nigerians abroad, also prefer to invest in certain locations, certain projects when they just hear you can use it for shortlets. But is shortlet in Lagos that profitable? Is it so profitable for you to invest in shortlet in Lagos? And can you really make most of these hyped amounts that realtors, developers say that you can make from this investment? Now, in this episode of Meet the Property Guy, we'll be looking and analyzing everything you need to know about running a shortlet business here in Lagos and how profitable it can be or how not so profitable it can be. Now, in case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, this is Meet the Property channel, and this is where we discuss everything real estate, locations, titles, returns on investment, risk assessment, analysis. We do everything here. So if this is your first time on our channel, after watching this particular video about how profitable shortlets can be in Lagos, I also suggest to go to our different playlists. We have a playlist on shortlets, we have a playlist on Ekpe, we have a playlist on Lekki, we have a playlist on Ibejuleki, we have a playlist on Lagos mainland, and we also have a playlist on property titles here in Lagos. So you want to watch all these playlists and see the different topics, different episodes that you have covered in these different playlists. I'm very sure you are going to learn a lot from it. So let's go into the topic. Is it so profitable running a shortlet business or running a shortlet investment here in Lagos? Now, before we go into dissecting and analyzing shortlet investment in Lagos, for those that have not subscribed, to my channel, this is another fantastic opportunity for you to subscribe, because I really want to hit 2K subscribers before December. Really, at least before the new year, I want to hit 2K subscribers. And I've been saying it for a couple of my videos. We are going to be having an online quiz. Apologies that is not live yet. That's just because of my trip and I've been busy lately. But we are going to be having an online quiz about all these topics. So I'm going to have an online quiz about Ibejuleki, an online quiz about shortlet, an online quiz about property titles. And the objective of this online quiz is just like to test your knowledge, to test yourself, and also to test how much you guys have been learning about different tips that you have been sharing on this channel. So kindly look forward to that. Now let's go into shortlet investment here in Lagos. Now, I've done a couple of topics and a couple of episodes on shortlet already. We are talking about mistakes investors make, locations that I can sell for shortlet. You can do shortlet in Chevron, you can do shortlet in Ekpe, and so on. So already for a lot of you guys have been following my videos. By now, we should know some locations that are existing market for shortlets and some locations that are emerging market for shortlets. Now, if you don't know the difference between these two, after watching this particular video, I will also suggest you go to our playlist. At the end of this video, I will also be sharing that playlist on shortlets. So I've done like 3-4 topics on shortlets. We are talking about existing and emerging market for shortlets. Now, the first thing you need to understand as a real estate investor, particularly if your objective is for shortlet, is that shortlet is a seasonal market. So don't expect or assume that your apartment is going to be occupied for 365 days in a year. It's not possible. It's a seasonal market, and that's because there's always a period of the year where the demand for shortlet is high, and there's also period in the year where it can be low, or there can even be zero demand for shortlet. And the high or the peak period for shortlet is always during the festival time, particularly the Ember months, September, October, November, December, because these are the period where a lot of Nigerians in diaspora are going to come home for the holidays, for the end of the year, for the Christmas, and so on. So the demand for shortlet in this Ember month is always very high. But during the mid-year, like March, April, May, June, is almost likely that your apartment or your shortlet space is going to be empty. So when your realtor or when the developer are telling you that you can collect 150k per night, you can collect 100k per night, don't multiply it by 365 because it is a seasonal market. Always have that in mind. It's not an all year round demand market. It's always seasonal. Now, the second very important thing you must understand about shortlet investment here in Lagos, either you are investing in Ikate, you are investing in Lekki Phase 1, you are planning to start a shortlet in Ikoyi, in VI, is that shortlet and short stay is advert driven, particularly here in Lagos. A lot of people that are extremely successful with shortlet apartments, Airbnb here in Lagos, Airbnb bookings, they have a huge advertisement budget. And some of the people that don't do advert online is because they already have people in their circle. Like there are a lot of Nigerians in diaspora that they are in different communities, different WhatsApp groups, different clubs, different associations, where they have friends and people in their circle, people in their network, around like 100. And they know that at least 50 or 20 out of these people come to Nigeria every year. So they can easily introduce their shortlet apartments to these people in their circle. So it's certain that when anybody in their circle is coming to Nigeria, they are going to be booking their space. It's still advert they are doing. But if you know that you don't have that kind of network abroad, you don't have those kind of people in your association, people in your club, or you're not even in any group like that abroad, for you to introduce your shortlet apartment to anybody, and you are not advertising that space that you have here for shortlet, it is going to be empty. It's zero bookings. People are not going to book your place because it's beautiful. They are not going to book it because you have nice furnitures in it. They are going to book what they see. So if they don't know about your apartment, they don't see your apartment, nobody is introducing that space or that apartment to them, is zero bookings. Your space will just be there with dust. So you must understand that this investment is advert driven. So what some investors do is that they give the space to a shortlet manager, and it's the manager that will handle the advertisements. Definitely, they're also going to deduct from your income, from your return on investment, what they are going to be spending on adverts, but they will be spending a lot of money on adverts. Instagram, the Job Property Center, Google Ads, they are going to be spending a lot on those channels to put your apartment out there for people to see. And if you know that you have a fantastic network of people abroad, you have like, you can easily count like 20, 30, 50 friends, and a lot of these people come down to the country every year, and you know you can talk to them, because it's one thing for you to have people and another thing for you to be able to talk to them. You know that you can talk to them and introduce your apartment to them, fantastic. But if you know you can't talk to them and you can't introduce your apartment to them and you're not ready to spend on adverts, don't do shortlets. Don't invest in shortlet at all. Now, someone commented in like maybe a couple of my videos and asked what's the return on investment like on shortlet, and when is the break-even period? A break-even period for an investment is that stage where you can get the money that you have invested in that investment back. For example, you buy an apartment for shortlet for 80 million, you furnish it with maybe 25 million, that's 105 million already, and then you put it on the shortlet bookings or Airbnb bookings. So at what stage can you get that 105 million back? That's break-even period. Now, it's quite difficult for me to give you a break-even period. So it's quite difficult for me to tell you that is in so years is when it's going to take you to get the amount that you have invested back. And a lot of you guys are even investing in shortlets without even knowing anything about shortlets, without even knowing anything about Airbnb bookings, just because you see a realtor telling you that you can earn so amount per day, so amount per night on it, and you're already calculating and you feel like it's a good investment, and a lot of people put their funds. I've seen a lot of people that invested in shortlets, and after like 3 months, 4 months, they get frustrated and they want to resell that apartment. They don't want to sell it out because they feel like they have made a bad investment choice. If you are not doing adequate research on any investment that you are doing, it's very likely you are going to get frustrated. And that's why I'm trying to give you a breakdown of everything you need to know. There is a target audience for shortlets. People here in Lagos that have family that go to work daily, they cannot take shortlet because they have a family. So someone that have a job that is working here in Lagos, that have his family here in Lagos, cannot just wake up one day and tell you that you want to book your house for 1 month or for 2 months when he's already working in Lagos. So most of the people that book for shortlet are travelers who come into the country. They want to spend 2 weeks, they want to spend 1 month, they want to spend 2 months, and they need a short like a place that is already furnished where they don't have to buy anything for their this duration that they want to be here. Or most times people that are here also at times they have different contract jobs, they have different parties, different events, and they want to stay in a place that is close to that particular event or that particular contract they got. They are also going to book a shortlet. So you should not even expect that someone will book your space for a year. The highest someone can book your space is, let's say, a month, 2 months, or 3 months. 3 months max. If someone is booking your space more than 3 months, that's odd. It's odd. So it's like a 1 in 15 scenario. So it's not a norm. But the norm is people will book for 5 days, people will book for 7 days, 2 weeks. That's like the norm. Then maybe 20%, 30% bookings, you can get like a month booking, because these people just need that space for a particular duration of time. So you need to define your target audience. Who are the people that are going to be booking my space? And that's why it's important for you to also incorporate all these into your plan before you put down the money. See, a lot of you guys are looking at it that you can make 9 million, you can make 15 million on shortlets per annum. Yes, it's possible. But when you calculate the running expenses, you calculate what you are going to spend on adverts, what you are going to spend on power, what you are going to spend on service charge, you are also going to realize that you are going to be spending around like 70 to 60% of what you are making on those running expenses too. So even most times it even make more sense for you to just rent out this place to a tenant than even doing shortlet, because it's possible that your apartment for a whole year can be empty. Very possible. If you are not doing adverts, you don't have people in your circle that can book your space, you are just going to furnish that place and it's going to be empty for the entire year. And despite the fact that it's empty for the entire year, you are still going to be paying for service charge, you are still going to be paying for internet, you are still going to be paying for water, you are still going to be paying for security and everything that they are using in that service apartment. So you need to analyze all these before you go into short. I know a lot of you guys want to go into shortlet because you are looking at it that, okay, this 1 bed, this 2 bed, I can use it when I'm around, and when I'm not around, I can put it out for shortlet. It makes a lot of sense. And if that's your objective, you can do it because you won't mind if there is no bookings. But if you are doing it for business, for cash flow, because of the money you can make, because of the return you can make, return on investment you can make, then you must also face it as a business. Either contract it out to a shortlet manager. There are a lot of management company, Giddy, Kimberly Apartments, Eco Shortlet. They can handle all these adverts, target markets, target audience, and so on for you. Or you do the legwork and introduce this apartment for people in your network. So let's do a simple analysis of how the occupancy rate works. Now, I know a lot of people will be telling you that, oh, you can do 50K per night, you can do 80K per night, and then multiply it by 365 or multiply it by 186 or whatever. For the first year that you furnish that apartment, for the first year that apartment is available for Airbnb, the average booking that you can get is 3 days. 3 days in a month, which is like 10%. So 3 days in a month times 12, that's 36 days. 36 days is what you are going to multiply by the rate per night. If it's 100K per night, multiply it by 36. If it's 150K per night, multiply it by 36. If it's 50K per night, multiply it by 36. Now, is it possible for you to get more than 36 days in a year? Yes, very possible. And that depends on your shortlet manager. That depends on your advertisement also. So that 36 days in a year, 3 days in a month can move to 5 days in a month and around 60 days in a year, and can also move to 10 days in a month and around 120 days in a year if you have a fantastic advertisement strategy. But without this advertisement strategy, forget it. Your apartment is going to be empty. So even with a fantastic advertisement strategy, what you are still going to be looking at in a year will still be around like 10 days in a month and then 120 days in a year. That's the most realistic figure that you can get. So if you are multiplying, your multiplication should be the charge per night by the best occupancy you can get, 120 days, and the worst occupancy you can get, 36 days. Hope you are getting it now. And remember, despite your apartment is empty, is unoccupied, is vacant, your running expenses are still running, because these days Shortlet apartment comes with Netflix, comes with 24/7 internet. All this, you are still going to be paying for it. Either someone book your apartment or someone do not book your apartment. So you need to incorporate all these into your plans, and that's why I'm not going to advise anyone to just jump into a Shortlet investment without having a strategy. I know a lot of my contacts that they are very well known abroad, they are into different associations abroad, so it makes sense for them to invest in Shortlet because they know that at least 1 month, one person in their friend list or their family list will be coming to Nigeria, and they can introduce the apartment to the person and the person can book it. It makes sense for those kind of people. But if you don't have that kind of network and you don't have the mouth work too to tell people that, okay, this is what I have in Nigeria, this I have so space, so place, in case you have anyone or you know anyone that is coming, then just give it out to an advertisement agency or just do the usual tenancy. Don't do Shortlet at all. Hope you get it now. So finally, with this analogy, you now understand how the Shortlet market here in Lagos work, how profitable it can be, what the occupancy rate really looks like, because now you understand it's a seasonal market. It's not all year round. People will be interested in bookings. People book more during festivals, during vacations, and during the end of the year period. We now understand that if your apartment is empty, you are still having running expenses. You now understand it's advert driven. So all these can now guide your decision when you want to start a Shortlet investment. Either you are looking at the existing market for Shortlet around Chevron, Lekki Phase 1, Ikate, VI, Ikeja, GRA, and so on, or you are trying to position yourself for the upcoming and emerging locations for Shortlet, like around the Simi, around Dukia, around the Ekpe Airport, and so on. Because you need to understand how profitable Shortlet can be here in Lagos, how profitable Airbnb bookings can be here in Lagos, and how not so profitable it can be if you are investing wrongly. Now, if you have been enjoying our videos, I said this in my previous video, and I'm a bit disappointed. So if I'm a bit disappointed. I want video testimonials. I want this. I've been sharing a lot of tips. I've been sharing a lot of guys. I've been assisting your decision. I've been teaching you guys a lot, and I don't know why you guys don't want to give me testimonials. Come on. So far I've only gotten 2 videos, and I know a lot of you guys which have been learning a lot of my videos. I really want video testimonials. See, if there is one way you have been looking for how you can support my channel, this is it. Just reach me on WhatsApp and send me a 1 to 3 minutes video testimonial telling us how much you have learned, what you have learned, and how impactful our guys have been to you. I will so much appreciate it. All right, so if you have also further questions about Shortlet locations here you can invest, Shortlet return on investment, Shortlet managers, Shortlet occupancy rate in any location here in Lagos, around Ibama, Desonya, Chevron, Naija, Lekki, Mainland, Bejuleki, any of these locations that you are looking at, maybe to do a Shortlet investment, can definitely drop a comment, or you can reach me directly on WhatsApp. I'll definitely guide you and explain everything that you need to understand about that to you. And if there is also any other form of investment you are looking at, real estate trust fund, land banking, you've got some funds and you want to invest and you want to be sure you are making the right decision or you are investing in the right location, definitely you can also reach me and I can also guide your investment on that. So as a property planner, property advisor, property consultant, Rabi Mustafa, thanks so much for watching our videos. Thanks for the support, the likes, the shares, the subscription, the comments. We so much appreciate you guys and see you next time.